And what is recommended are about 1 plant per room if you're going to use this as your measure for indoor air purification. And one of the ones that always sticks out in my mind was bamboo. That was one of them that they talked about and looks cool. Now, the one concern that I thought of when I learned this was mold, because sometimes in the bed of the plants you can get mold. So this is just me going down on a limb saying what I think. I don't know if this is fact, but I believe when you grow the plants in rocks and stuff like that rather than the soil, I feel like there's a less opportunity for mold to grow in those rocks. But again, that's just my personal opinion, so please do your own research regarding that. Oh, do we have it on? Oh, okay, I almost forgot. Thank you, Lily. So if you see these pink and blue little mechanisms up here, you'll see those? Those are super cool. If you don't think you have the greatest indoor air quality throughout your house for whatever reason and you're having a hard time taking care of that, which you really shouldn't if you just take on some of these measures, these are called the Austin Air Baby Breath, and they are more than a HEPA filter. I think they're called a HEGA filter, and basically they just do a fantastic job of eliminating particulate, VOCs, all that stuff within your home. And they're not a plastic, they are a metal or steel or something that is not going to off-gas. They use a very, very minimal amount of electricity, and they look kind of cool too. So you just don't want them, you don't want really any electric fields right next to your baby. You want it at least 3 feet away from the crib. But you just put it somewhere in the room, a corner of the room is fine. I think they clean up to 700 square feet, some of them. These might only clean 400 square feet, but you can get a different range of them. And these cost about $300. So pretty easy fix to know that whatever room your baby's sleeping in, be it your room or their room, you just throw this in there, they're going to be breathing better air. Okay, here we go, water purification. Now I already touched on the chlorine gas. And here is a really cool shower head that looks design friendly, doesn't look too weird or hippie or anything, and it's got a filter in it that removes chlorine. So I don't know if it gets 100% of the chlorine, but it does get a very, very large amount of it. And I read all kinds of reviews. I'm actually in the process of purchasing one for my home. And basically it just eliminates the chlorine gas. So your shower is much nicer, your skin is much softer, radiant, your hair is softer as well, because chlorine dries out your skin and your hair and all that stuff, as well as being really bad for you if you're inhaling the fumes. And chlorine intake within our bodies, most of it actually, believe it or not, does not come from drinking water that has chlorine in it. It comes from the vapors associated with heating up that water. So when you're in the shower or bath, that's when you're really taking in most of that chlorine gas. Okay, now if you have a reasonable amount of money, here's a couple of things you can do that can make your water superb. You can get a whole home water filtration system. This would normally go maybe in your garage, intercept your main water line. It would pass through a great large filter system, probably about as tall as me, and then go in your house and you have really nice water. Now, most of those don't remove fluoride, so you would want to go ahead and get an RO system in your kitchen under your sink, and that stands for reverse osmosis, and that additionally removes fluoride and is just even a greater level of filtration. You can get a whole house reverse osmosis system, but I think you're talking close to 15 grand on that, so I don't know that most of y'all would want to do that. I know that that's not really in my ballpark right now. But nonetheless, the RO system under the sink I think is more like $1,000, $1,500, something along those lines once you got it installed and everything. And you want to make sure you have a professional change out the filters so they don't contaminate the filters, because that could basically eradicate what you're trying to do there. So anyway, you want to change it out approximately yearly. And again, that removes fluoride as well, which attacks babies developing teeth during their first year. Then we've got chlorine filters for the shower head, touched on that already. Cool deal, I really like those a lot. And then you've got carbon filters, which a lot of us use in our refrigerator for just holding drinking water, stuff like that. Britter's a good example of that. Those don't remove the fluoride, but they do remove a lot of the chlorine and many other pollutants in our water. Okay, now we're to EcoSafe recommended products and solutions. Eco cleaning. This is one of our favorite subjects. We really like cleaning now that we've started using eco-friendly cleaning products. Before I was never really into it. I hated being in a bathroom cleaning with bleach. My eyes would hurt, my skin would hurt. I just did not like it, tried to avoid it as much as possible. But what we're using now for basically our acidic cleaner that our bleach was previously is vinegar. Vinegar's great. You just get distilled white vinegar. Costs $2 for a container about this big. And it cleans great. You can mix it with other things like baking soda, and they have a great oxidizing action that occurs when you do that. So like what I do for tiles, and Lily here did not believe that this worked at all until I cleaned her bathroom. And I cleaned all the tiles. She has white tiles with white grout. And what I did was I sprayed the vinegar all over the tiles. I let it set up for a couple of minutes. Then I took a salt shaker with baking soda and just threw it up there. And then I sprayed it again with some more vinegar. And you get this. You've allowed it the time to take on its acidic phase, and then it gets the oxidizing action. And then you take a little toothbrush, an old toothbrush or any scrubber you have, and just start scrubbing it. You'll get that thing pristine. And you enjoy it now, don't you?
It's much better.
Thank you. All right, mirror glass cleaner. We've got vinegar again. Very easy. I've read a bunch of different places, mix vinegar with this or that. You can do that too. Again, this is very open. But for me, the easiest thing is just stick the vinegar in the plastic bottle and spray it, and it cleans awesome. The first time you do it, there's going to be a little bit of leftover residue from the Windex or whatever you used previously. It'll come right off, but you will notice it, and then after that you won't notice it again. The floor cleaner, another mixture again, what we do is mix vinegar with hot water, and then we use some essential oils here. We really like lavender a lot around the house, but you can play around with it yourself, do a little research. And the lavender is also antimicrobial, so that assists in killing germs and all that stuff. And it really counteracts the vinegar, because me personally, I didn't have a problem with the vinegar. The smell dissipates within a couple hours, but Lily here didn't really like the vinegar smell whatsoever, so I needed to add these essential oils to make it work for my house. Now we've got all natural furniture polish. This is another really cool thing that you can use that doesn't have any toxins or anything, is olive oil. Very simple. Most of us have it around the house. You can either spray it on, if you get, like we have a Pam spray one that's real easy to use. That one, the propellant does have some stuff, like maybe some, I don't know, nothing too bad in the propellant, but if you want to go even purer or even cleaner, just use the liquid version. But if you're just really wanting to use something that'll work and you'll actually use a lot, and you think the spray helps, I promote that definitely over the alternatives. And then for your all-natural Febreze deodorizing spray or what have you, I was actually going to bring some of this in here and make it, but they wouldn't let me bring the big bottle of Tito's vodka in here. So anyway, all you do is you mix either alcohol, you can use rubbing alcohol if you want, you can use a vodka, it doesn't have to be a real good brand or anything, and you just mix about half water, half vodka, or alcohol. Let's just use a half cup of each for this example, and then you want to put anywhere from 10 to 20 drops of your favorite essential oil. And it smells awesome. Please avoid people's eyes, because it does have stuff in it that could burn, but you want to spray it on your furniture, just within your house, fantastic. Hard surface flooring. You want to get that carpet out of your house, whatever you do, you really do. It harbors dust mites, it harbors the waste of dust mites. Dust mites are living organisms that some people are highly allergic to. And again, just bad news all the way around. There's formaldehyde again in your carpets. It's a petroleum-based product. It has to have lots of flame retardants in it. Any of these petroleum-based products is just doused with flame retardants because you're using petroleum. So petroleum is very flammable, so then you have to counteract it with the flame retardants, and then rub it all over your body or lie down in it or whatever. So anyway, eliminate that carpet.